Hello, my name is Mr. Merk. Today we're here with Tiffany Thomas to conduct her interview. With me, I have my supervisor, Lady Splash. The interview will consist of three parts. First, I'll check your macros. The second, I'll read you the rules of the HP, MD, and RP. And finally, I'll ask you a set of questions. Firstly, Tiffany, I would like you to put those macros out, show them up for me, please, and let at least 2 seconds pass before showing the next one.
Okay.
Okay, lovely. So I will move on to the next step, which is reading you the rules. I'll start with the HP rules. Do not resuscitate patients on any street surrounding the hospital, PvP, Blue Territory events, or Army base. Do not serve patients who have their weapons drawn. Do not stand or sell on the main lobby floor. Do not go AFK while on duty. 3 days banned and a demotion and all funds returned. Only staff members may be at each desk in ranking. Only two staff members may be at each desk in rank order: brown, maroon, blue, white, then green. Up to three may line up down the hallway, also in rank order. If your medication wait time is over 5 minutes, go on emergency calls or med deliveries. If the wait is under 5 minutes, however, wait in the cafeteria. Do not use the front door. Only rank 6 and up may enter through the front, and only rank 7 and up may use the front parking lot. Do not spawn the bus. You must have DCP, which is a deputy chief physician, or a CP, which is a chief physician, permission to do so. Radio checks are mandatory, and radio checks are mandatory. You cannot attend the PvP territories unless you have a rank 7 or higher with you. Tiffany, do you have any questions about those HP rules?
No.
So I'm gonna just step in real quick. Tiffany, what he meant to say, I think maybe he may. It sounded like you reset it, Merk, on your HP rules. You want to respond with that 10 for a copy macro if you see a radio check, okay? It is a rep if you do not.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay,
So it'll pop up blue in the chat.
okay. And I will continue with your MD rules as followed. MD1, refusal to provide medical assistance. Refusing to provide medical assistance, including performing CPR or giving meds without a justified RP reason, as long as there is no threat to the medic's life, including situation when armed players are present at the scene. Punishment: one reprimand. MD2, providing medical aid during dangerous situations. Selling medications or resuscitating players in situations that threaten the life and health of both the medic and the player, including but not limited to during escalating conflicts and active shootout, a turf war, etc. Punishment: one warning. MD3, compliance with project rules. Medical personnel are required to comply with all established project rules. Punishment: from one warning to one reprimand, depending on the faction leader's decision at that point in time. MD4, improper RP behavior. Failure to adhere to RP rules when interacting with players while providing medical assistance or communicating with faction colleagues. Punishment: one warning from the faction leadership. MD4.1, disrespectful behavior. Disrespectful behavior towards any player, punishment: one reprimand or dismissal, depending on the faction leader's decision at that point in time. MD 4.2, non-compliance with orders. Failure to comply with leadership orders or to observe the chain of command within the faction. Punishment: one reprimand from the faction leadership. MD 4.3, assault on civilians. Assaulting civilians with a taser, weapon, or fist without an RP reason. Punishment: dismissal from the faction. MD5, use of weapons. Medical personnel are strictly forbidden from using any form of weapons. Punishment: dismissal from the faction. MD6, criminal activity. Intentionally associating with gangs, committing major crimes including but not limited to theft, vandalism, murder, or joining factions during activities where medic participation is not intended. Punishment: dismissal from the faction. MD7, use of service vehicle for personal purposes. Using official medical transport for personal travel when not on duty, including for civilian jobs. Punishment: one warning. MD 7.1, use of personal vehicles. Using personal vehicles instead of service vehicles to perform faction duties. Punishment: one warning. MD8, unauthorized assurance unauthorized assurance of recovery notes. Issuing medical certificates outside of a hospital. Issuing medical certificates for monetary compensation. Punishment: one warning. Tiffany, do you understand these rules?
Yes.
And do you have any questions about the rules?
No, I don't know if I'm gonna remember them from the top of my head, but I know that I pretty much know what I'm not supposed to do.
Okay, good. And I'll read you the RP rules now. RP 13, which applies for the medical faction. RP 13, faction NRP, non-RP behavior within game factions, including unlawful release of prisoners or executions of civilians by the police. Punishment: exoneration from the faction and or from 30 minutes in one state jail to 3 days of ban. RP 14, sexual harassment. Any form of non-consensual sexual actions, including simulations and explicit dialogue or actions, use of ethnic and or LGBT plus slurs or excessive attentions, all sexual actions required OOC consent. Such actions should not occur in public or frequently visited areas. Punishment: 60-minute mute or 24 hours up to 30 days banned. RP 15, disruption of factions operations. Intentionally provoking faction members for entertainment or disrupting factions operation is prohibited. Punishment: 30 minutes in one state jail. RP16, criminal acts against emergency personnel. Any criminal acts towards emergency personnel are prohibited. Punishment from 90 minutes in one state jail to 12 hours banned. Do you have any questions of the rules, Tiffany?
No.
Okay. And do you understand them?
I do.
Okay. So next, I'll go to the final section of this interview, which is the questions. My first question is, why do you want to join the medical faction?
I enjoy helping people in real life, so I thought it was a good role that I would be good at. Um, yeah, that's basically why, and I really can't see myself being any of the other roles. So, yeah.
That's good. That's good. And how do you handle high stress situation during medical emergencies?
In high stress situations with medical emergencies, I think that it's best for you to stay calm so that you don't make the patient feel like they're not in good hands and like they're not going to be okay.
Okay, good. That's good. Uh, my next question is, how many persons are allowed to cell on the floor, in the lobby floor?
Nobody?
Correct. And where should they be standing or sitting?
Behind the desk, or I guess, I don't know if it was lined up in the hallway, if they're waiting for medication for more than 5 minutes in the cafeteria, and if they're not, then they can go on the run, deliver supplies, or the EMS runs.
Okay. Okay. Let me give you a scenario. You are on an EMS run and you reach the scene where you were called, and you see the person that initially called for the EMS treatment along with a police officer, along with a colleague. Who do you pick up first?
The police officer?
Not necessarily in this case. Okay, the first person you want to take up is the person who initially called for the EMS.
Wait, you saying if somebody called for EMS, if the police officer is down, the medic person is down, and the patient, or are you just or
You
what?
would want to go. You would want to treat the patient first, because that's the person who
Oh,
called
I think
for.
I misunderstood your question.
Repeat.
I think that I misunderstood your question. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. But you'd want to treat the person who initially called for the EMS. Then you'll pick the police officer up. He will help secure the area, and then you could pick your colleague up.
No,
Okay?
yeah, no, I understand that. I know that. I thought I wasn't thinking like a patient was there. I thought it was just like a officer hurt, like people shooting an officer hurt, and then a medic on the ground. Because the scenario I was given yesterday was she basically told me to pick the officer up first so he could secure the area. But in the scenario you just gave, I wasn't thinking like it was a patient on the floor.
Okay, that's okay. There's different scenarios. Okay, when are we allowed to spawn the bus?
Never.
Floor one.
And who has authority to spawn the bus, Tiffany?
Nobody.
The correct answer is sorry, is the DCP and the CP. They both have authority to spawn the bus. Okay? my final question to you is give me two areas in which we are not allowed to pick persons up or give them CPR, rather.
Can you repeat that, please, Mark?
I want you to tell me at least two areas where we are not allowed to perform CPR.
You said two scenarios where I'm not allowed to perform CPR. That would be if along the road to the hospital, like around the hospital, and let me see. Hold on, I gotta think of the second one. I know it's nobody around the hospital, um, or if it's a situation where like it's basically it's not safe to do so.
Correct, correct. That's correct. I'll work with that. That's correct. I'll pass the questions now to my lovely supervisor, Miss Lady
I feel
Splash.
like for me, not to interrupt you guys, like I know what I'm not supposed to do, but when it's time to like put it into words, is where I get mixed up.
That's okay, Tiffany. That's
That's
okay.
okay. That's the purpose of this. So my first question to you would be, if me and Mr. Merk were out front of HP and I was like, hey, Tiffany, come pick me up, as your higher up, whatever, what would you do?
That's a harder question because I feel like I would want to help you, but am I supposed to let you go to the hospital since we're in
Sir,
front of
you have
them?
to go downstairs.
Ma'am, isn't this like the locker room?
But we're doing an interview, so can you please go downstairs?
Man, when I go downstairs, I get disrespected because I'm out of med kids and stuff, and I have to wait 10 minutes.
Well, go on some med runs.
No, yeah, I guess.
Sorry about that. What do you think? Just it's no right or wrong answer. I just want to see where your head's at. That way, I'm able to correct you as far as knowing the right thing to do.
I mean, I think I would leave you there if I'm not supposed to, but I like I personally wouldn't want to because y'all staff. But if am I supposed to leave you there? I think I would leave you there.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, you're supposed to leave me right there. I don't care if you see Karma. I don't care if you see Dr. Stitch, Honcho. All of these are your higher rankings. I don't care if you see any of them calling for you out there in front of the HP. You let them know, hey, I'm not supposed to do that. You know that's against my MD rules. With that being said, go ahead and respond at HP.
Okay, cool.
Yep, yep. What is your goal for the medical faction?
My goal is to learn as much as I can from you guys so that I can eventually move up and start helping other people too.
Okay, I like that. What would you do if a gang member, you pulled up to a scene and a gang member basically told you, like, hey, come pick up my friend. You already picked up the person that you needed to pick up. They do have their weapons out and they're ordering you to pick this person up. What would you do?
Well, from experience, I would say I would leave because usually when they do that, it's like they keep killing each other, shooting each other, and shooting me, or they'll be saying like come pick up my friend if I shoot you too, or then you pick up the person and the person you picked up shoot you.
Okay, good answer. That's exactly what you want to do. If you deem that situation is not safe, get yourself out of there. Do what you need to do to get back to a safe situation, okay?
Okay.
Oh. Do you know your scrub rank in order? I'm not really worried about like the white coats, but as far as the scrubs, do you know the rank in order?
I think it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait.
Do you know which scrubs those are?
Green, white, blue. Then I think green, white, blue. I'm assuming maroon Um, the white coat with the pants or something, the dress. As it gets higher, I don't know the higher ones.
No, 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 not the doctors, but yeah, you got it. Basically, you had everything except for the browns. So it's green, white, blue, maroon, and then Mr. Merk right here, which is our brown scrubs.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if that
Yeah.
was like a purple or what, but yeah, that I pretty much know the beginning. When it gets up, I don't know what order is like the dress. Then I know it was the like the white coat and the pants. Like I'm not all the way perfect on that.
So
And
every one of the higher rankings does have a white coat. It just changes what they look like. So for example, I'm a rank five. The male version of me, like if Mr. Merck was a rank five as well, he'd have on a white coat with green pants. The next version, I would have on a purple dress, and then Mr. Merrick would have purple pants, and so on and so forth, kind of like that.
got it.
The next rank seven is a blue shirt open with pants on. It's kind of like that. And then for my last question, so sorry. Why do you think we should have you here at our at the medical faction?
I think you should hire me because every time I come in, like I'm actually working, I'm actually doing something to try to higher my rank and do what I'm supposed to do. I don't like get on and like play around and stuff. So I feel like I'm always trying to learn or ask people questions when I'm passing just to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and like what do I need to do to move up. So I think that I will be a good asset because I'm always willing to help and I'm always willing to learn.
Okay, I love that. That's a great quality that we need for some trainers. So I love that. Other than that, that'll be my final question, Merrick.
Okay. Okay, I do like that answer as well. But with that, I could safely say your interview is concluded.